Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's math lesson. We are in Chapter 9, Topic 9, and today we're doing Topic 9-8. So we're almost at the end of this chapter. And today's lesson shouldn't be too difficult. Our question is, how can I compare numbers using place value? Here's what I mean. We already know what place value is. It's hundreds, tens, and ones. So if we had a number like this, 153, and a number like this, 135, what we're going to do is talk about which one is bigger or smaller, or to use new words, which one is greater and which one is less, which one is bigger or smaller. And we're going to use these symbols. This is the greater than symbol. That's the less than symbol. And the way most of us learned it when we were kids was that this one here, the greater than symbol, was almost like an alligator. And I'm not a very good artist here, but you can just imagine an alligator being really hungry and wanting to eat the bigger number. Okay? If it's less than, the alligator is pointing the other way. And I'll even give it some teeth here. Make it nice and scary. Okay, so the mouth is going to open to where the bigger number is. Okay, so over here we might say, maybe I should erase these silly little drawings here. So if we were to take something like this, take very simple numbers, 5 is greater than 3. And you see how the alligator wants to go to the bigger number. We could also say that 3 is less than 5, or 3 is smaller than 5. And of course, we all know this one right here. This is the equal sign. Now, back to our essential question. How can I compare numbers using place value? Well, if we look at these numbers that we have here, we have our ones in the hundreds place. They're the same. So we can't tell just by looking at the hundreds, which is the bigger number. But if we go here to the tens place, we can see that 5 is here, and the other number has a 3. Well, 5 is greater than 3. So this number is the bigger number. Okay, and we would say 153 is greater. Remember that alligator, that crocodile wants to go to the bigger number. 153 is greater than 135. Okay? And we're going to get a lot of practice with this today. So now look at this here. It says Joy and Zach flipped 3 number cards. Now, by the way, this is in your book, topic 9-8. Joy and Zach flipped 3 number cards. They each made a number. Joy made 501. Okay, that's important. And Zach made 510. So we've got 501 and 510. Who made the greater number? That's what we want to know. Who made the greater number? Okay, and really we should circle these. How do you know? Use place value blocks to help you. Okay, we know how to do this. Well, one number is 501. That's Joy's number. So let's put 501 there. Zach made 510. Okay, and we'll put that there. And if we try to compare these, well, the 5s are the same. They're equal. So then we have to go over to the next place, which is the tens. And we can see that there's 110 here in the bottom number, in Zach's number, and we have 0 tens here. So that makes this one the bigger number. Okay, and then we go down here and we write 510 is greater than 501. And that's basically what we're going to be doing. Now let's listen to somebody else explain it.
How can you compare three-digit numbers using place value? Think about this question during this lesson. Compare 325 and 225. Compare the hundreds first. 300 is greater than 200. So 325 is greater than 225. The symbol means is greater than. When you compare two three-digit numbers, why do you start by comparing the hundreds digits? The hundreds digits have the greatest place value. If the hundreds digits are not the same, then what do you know about the two numbers you are comparing? Do you need to compare the other digits? The number with more hundreds is the greater number. You do not need to compare the other digits. Compare 736 and 756. The hundreds are equal, so compare the tens. 30 is less than 50, so 736 is less than 756. The symbol means is less than. How can you also use greater than to compare these two numbers? You can say that 756 is greater than 736.
In both comparisons, 756 is the greater number.
Compare 897 and 897. If the hundreds digits and the tens digits are the same in both numbers, then what should you compare next? The ones digits. What do you notice about the ones digits? The ones digits are also the same. If all digits are the same, the numbers are equal. What symbol should you use to compare the numbers?
Select your answer.
The hundreds, the tens, and the ones are equal. 897 is equal to 897. You can use the equals symbol. Now you know how to compare numbers using place value.
Okay, so let's look at the top here. It says, how would you compare 995 and 890? Well, we can do this very simply by writing one number over the other. 995 and then 890. And remember, when we compare numbers, we always start with the highest place value. In this case, that's the hundreds. Now, I haven't labeled it here, but I'll put an H here and a T here for tens and an O here for ones. And 9 is bigger than 8, so we don't need to look at any of the other numbers. The hundreds number at the top, and the top number is bigger than the bottom one. So what we're going to do is say 995, and the crocodile wants to eat that because there's more food there. 995 is greater than 890. Okay? Or we could say 890 is less than 995. They're exactly the same. Doesn't matter which statement you choose. Okay? Okay, so now we are on page 406 in your book. And the directions say, use place value blocks to show each number. Compare. Write greater than, and yes, they want you to write the words less than or equal to. So this is some good spelling practice. Then write the symbol greater than, less than, or equal to. So for number 1, it says 264 is greater than 178. This word should not ever, ever, ever be misspelled because they've already given it to you in the book. We don't misspell words that are given to us. Okay, we only misspell words that we don't know how to spell yet and we can't see. So we've got the words greater than, and then we've got it here. 264 is greater than 178. How do we know? Let's look at the hundreds. 2 is greater than 1. 200 is greater than 100. Now let's look at number 2. 816, 819. Okay, well, I'm going to write 816 here. And I'm going to write 819 underneath. And if we look at these numbers carefully, we can see that they're the same in the hundreds place, and they're the same in the tens place. However, if we look at the ones place, we will see that 9 is bigger than 6. So the bottom number is bigger. Now, number 2 begins with 816. So we're going to say 816, is less than 819. Okay, and we're going to use the less than symbol. It is very, very easy to get these confused. You just have to practice. Greater than, less than. Okay? All right. Make sure you have this completed in your book. Now for page 407, you're going to do exactly what we just did. Okay? For numbers 3 through 11, you're going to write the number here on the line. So for number 3, you're going to write greater than or less than or equal to, and there they are. They're giving you the spellings there at the top. And you've got to write the symbol. Okay? And the symbols are also given. There's greater than, there's less than, and there's equal to. Okay? Number 12, this is a higher order thinking question, which means it's going to be difficult. Do your best here. And then page 408, the last questions are always the ones that require some reading. Just do your best. Okay, but again, we're comparing numbers and we're using the words and we're using the symbols. There are 3, greater than, less than, equal to. So your work for today is to go into your book, volume 2, and to complete pages 406 through 408. And then when you're finished, go to the Envisions website and complete the quick check activity for today and any old ones that you haven't finished yet. And that's it for today, boys and girls. Good luck with all of your work, and make sure you put your name on every page. That's very important. Have a great day. The end.